Hey everyone. Today I'm going to share four stories. Two about the preschool incident in my previous video titled Number 30 Transitioning Channels, and two about my dad. These memories were so damaging that I had to drop out of school to focus on my mental health. What was happening at the time was that I was actually flinching visibly just from the recurring thoughts of these memories. So, as someone termed an asset of the CIA by one of my old colleagues, I've been used as a part of a sting operation when I was just a preschooler. The caretakers at this preschool were molesting children during their nap time. The CIA had planned to take them down covertly. They relied on me as a whistleblower. So, at one time, I saw the caretakers hold down a preschooler and force themselves on the poor kid via mouth to mouth contact. They would threaten them with beatings if they told anyone. I was also beat. And I was beat so hard that my nose right here actually fractured. To this day, there's a metal pole right here where the upper part of my nose used to be. At the preschool graduation, a woman representing the CIA was running the ceremony. When it came to my turn to, accept my graduation certificate, whatever it was, she whispered to me, "Tell everyone how you truly feel." So I had it. I screamed, "I hate all of you," and the crowd was shocked. So I began pointing fingers at the preschool caretakers and my dad for harming me. Then the police arrived. My dad actually ran, but he didn't get far. The CIA representative thanked me and promptly began talking to the police and my mother. These caretakers at this preschool, while they were punished, actually resurfaced later on in my life. They attempted to force themselves on me at a church my family attended. They were actually part of the staff at that church, which is just so ironic. My mother was the only one there to stop them. A cop came by after she called 911, and as the cop went towards the room where I was being held down, he purposely tripped over on the ground, dropping his gun in the process. My mother looked at the wide grin of the caretakers and knew what to do in that exact instant. She had to do what she had to do was that she picked up the gun and held them at gunpoint. The caretakers froze. The cop told my mom reinforcements were on the way, and it was clear from this moment that my mom was being tested by the CIA to see how far she would go for me. I How I felt about this was that I just didn't like how people were being set up and used, such as even the caretakers at this preschool, because it all felt like some sort of test that didn't necessarily go anywhere at the time. So I didn't see the point of it, and it felt like a lot of pain and suffering on my end. Um, However, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself for speaking out at that time during the graduation ceremony at that preschool. I'm proud that I actually exacted justice on those caretakers. So my dad actually did something really horrendous. He took the beatings and the molestation one step further. He would organize with the preschool caretakers to do some babysitting. Yeah, not really babysitting. He brought a girl from the preschool home to where we lived, restrained both of us, and began to mutilate her genitals. He cut off a piece of flesh and then moved on to me. He started gouging my eyes out. He started he started to go to he started to go into the kitchen, and that's when I could hear him using the frying pan. I could hear the oil on the pan, and he was frying our flesh. So he was a cannibal. He ate my eyes and her genitals. When my dad was being questioned by the police, he said that he fried her flesh because it would taste better that way. My mom arrived home um, while he was eating us and was just shocked. She was agape with horror. My father laughed at her shocked expression. After that incident and a lot more incidents I've yet to mention, my father, along with myself, were taken to the hospital. I was given new eyes, so these were actually not the eyes I was born with. My father was given an implant in his head that would shock him into submission whenever he behaved violently. My dad would complain that it was somehow my fault that he had to undergo painful surgery and suffer headaches from time to time because of how he didn't change. The lesson wasn't learned even at that level of government intervention. My dad continued to act savagely until the government inflicted enough pain that he submitted to simply being a responsible father. One time, I was writing a letter to my grandma on my dad's side, and my father got incredibly pissed that I wrote something inappropriate to her, which resulted in one of his old girlfriends being put in harm's way because my dad's side of the family in China were actually notorious gangsters that regularly kill people, especially kids. My grandma would no doubt harm people my dad cares about. So, in retaliation, my dad grabbed my hair and tore at it. Just then, I swear to you, this is real. A spy camera flashed, and he saw the camera flash, and took a picture of the incident. It was some kind of covert spy bug flying around in my apartment. It was crazy. Like I didn't even realize at that time that I was being watched like that. So my dad instantly dove for it. He went back and forth through the air trying to catch it. He did eventually catch it. It took him like 10 minutes to do it. He smirked and used his tools to pry the spy bug open, only to find that it was empty inside. Uh, so he so he so he thought he won, but of course it wasn't the end of that because he still had the implant in his head, and eventually it got so bad that when my mom called the cops would just straight up beat him because of what he was doing to me. The spy bag was actually just like this small. It was no bigger than two fruit flies put together. Eventually, my dad quit hurting me in serious ways. What he did next could only be described as softcore pedophilia. I'm not going to talk about it too much. But I'm glad I can open up on this channel and let my friends know how I'm doing. Um, Throughout most of my life, I just thought my dad was a softcore pedophile, but once I got my memories back, I realized, holy crap, he was a very violent person. He was a cannibal. This is, this is, this is something I've never encountered before. This is something I rarely even hear about, especially in a city like San Francisco. The one thing he would repeat to me at the time and time again is that he already made me suffer, so there's nothing more he could do. You might be wondering why the CIA would invest so much technology and resources on me since I was just a preschooler at the time. The answer to that is that I'm considered an asset for a reason that I can't fully explain just yet. What's going to happen to me very soon is that I'm going to be sent to a very scary place, and I feel that I need to lean on my friends for support when I get back, especially after what kind of training I'm supposed to go through. After I come back, I'm going to be more of an asset than I already am. I might come back as a shill mook. You can refer to the videos on terminology on my channel to figure out what shill mook means. I might come back as someone changed. I'm naturally worried, and I've never felt so challenged before in my entire life. This is not as bad as my childhood, but um, this is going to be a struggle once I get back. So I'm going to let this video stand as a reminder that I was a victim once, and it took most of my life to reclaim my power.